Say
get the cake right to the sight sex. Leave the fire and the root style stuff. I'm on the grind like we're chasing the stars. From Millmore to Do Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like Miller men, hear the roar now. We're Miller men, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. From Millmore to Do Valley.
Good evening and welcome to our latest instalment of Midweek Millers here on KB Terrace Talk, and plenty to discuss. Chesterfield coming on Saturday, an injury to Lenny Agar, surprise, surprise, and also a signing and potentially another signing tomorrow as well. So some good news on the way for Millers fans, or is it? Having spoken to a couple of these guys offline, not sure they're happy with the signing, but we'll come to that later. Let's introduce the panel for today. So to my right, Jake. Yep. How you doing, Jake? You all right?
It's good to be back, to be honest, because I haven't been on in a week or two, so I'm just happy to get back talking Millers. So I'm quite excited to it. A lot of stuff to talk about as well. So
yeah. Good. Next to Jake, Nelson. Nice background, Nelson. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm buzzing. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Just get 3 points, get us first win on board.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, on the far right to me is Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, mate. We got a signing, so I'm happy with that. And Saturday, big game. We are local rivals down the road, so yeah, I hope we get 3 points against Chesterfield on Saturday.
Yeah, me too. Right, so as I said, we've got the Chesterfield game to preview. We'll have a look at the new signing. As I said, we have got another potential sign tomorrow, but I don't think we're 100% certain who that is. There are some rumours, but there's nothing concrete, so we can't really go into that, unfortunately. We'll talk quickly about Lenny Agar and his injuries as well. And if we've got time, we may still have a chat about what other positions that we need. I know we seem to speak about that a lot, but that at the minute is a hot topic for Rotherham. I've had some people say we need only one. I've had some people say we need like 7 players. So it's quite a mixed bag. So let's just start with the comments then before we get in, because I've got quite a lot of comments off the cuff here. So Kaylee Wilson, hi Kaylee, okay. Thanks for joining. Lee, are you doing your Premier League prediction? So Lee's not on today, Kaylee. Again, I think you might be on the Premier League show 8 o'clock. So if you want to stick around for that. So after we finished, the Premier League show will go live 8 o'clock. So if you want to join that and ask your Premier League questions, you can do. Again, how many more players do we need? Midfielders and strikers. Yeah, we'll go through that, Kayla. As I said, it's anything from 1 to like 5 or 6 if it looks for it. At least we've got one in, potentially one more tomorrow. What is your starting 11 and then your FPL? Again, if you want to talk about FPL, Kayla, just wait for the Premier League show, which is in an hour's time. We will go through our starting 11 for Rotherham on Saturday if we get time. What do you think of the new signing? We'll come to that straight after I've read these comments, Kayla. Peter Scott, evening lads, good to see another body through the door, especially midfielder. Still need another 4. Okay, Kaylee again. Lee, here's my FPL team, and she goes on to name it. Again, I'll make sure Lee gets that, Kaylee, and I'll let him respond to that, okay. Donnarumma, Maguire, Calafiori, Ballard, Bruno, Fernandes, and Wemo. Slozavlai, Foden, Haaland, Pedro, McBurney seems okay to me. Should I have Lafine for Foden up in my defence? Again, I'm not doing football fantasy this year, so I can't really help you, unfortunately. Callum, gonna get game on Saturday. Come on, Austerfield, coming to us as medical today. Yeah, that's confirmed. 2 more in midfield and top strikers, and 2 strikers as well. Yeah. Any more coming this week? Yes, we think we've got 1 more tomorrow, Kaylee, with a bit of luck. The new signing, was he one of Salford's best players? I don't think he was, but again, we'll come on to that later. Haaland or Bruno Lee? How should I? Is he on the other podcast? Yeah, Lee will be on the other podcast, Kaylee. Is it a striker or midfielder coming tomorrow? Will you get some players on deadline day? I don't know position-wise tomorrow. Rumours are that it could be a striker. And yes, I'd imagine we will get players on deadline day as well. Nicola Peters, where is Lee on? Are you on 8 p.m.? Yeah, Nicola. So Lee, I think he'll be on at 8 p.m. I'm not 100% certain, but he's done quite a lot of lives and a lot of recording behind the scenes, so he can't make every single one. And at the minute, he's struggling to do the Thursday one. So yeah, if you wait till 8 o'clock, he'll be on that. Right then, I'm going to start with Jake. Let's start with the new signing then. Was it Josh Austerfield? Now, the reason I've come to you first is because obviously you weren't giving positive vibes in the kind of lobby before we joined. So, what's your thoughts? At least it's a signing, I guess, but what is your thoughts on this signing? And what do you know about the lad? Do you actually know much about him?
Yeah, I do, to be honest. But I'll start off. We did need a midfielder, so it's a one checked off. But I know the lad, Josh Austerfield, been about at Harrogate. Teams, what you say, Morecambe, your Harrogate's quite down there in League Two. And of course, he got his move to Salford after playing quite decent for Harrogate. But I think we've got surely the better options. He's a bench player for me. He's a box-to-box, and it does concern me that players like Joe Powell, your Joe Grant's starting ahead of him. So basically what I'm saying is we've got rid of Powell, and we're literally bringing in the second class of Powell, if you know what I mean. So it just concerns me.
Yeah, and what worries me, and I was going to say it anyway before you kind of said it, is Salford are going to be a rival. Whether or not Rotherham are up there with Salford, I don't know, but it's still a divisional rival. And I'm surprised at how easy we've got a rivals team player, unless he's not that good. So it does look to me that it's not the best of signings. Again, I don't know too much about him, but if you read between the lines, why would Salford let him go to a Division 2 rival? I don't know. On the positive, he did play a lot of games last season, and obviously Salford were quite they were unlucky, if you like, in not getting promoted. So maybe there is a good player in there. I don't really know. Nelson, do you have a different opinion to Jake, or are you on the same wavelength as Jake?
Well, we've had players that have looked rubbish coming in from. I'm just going to go off for position here. He's not the same position. Look at Smith, the snake, as we all call him now. But when we signed him, he were a nobody. He didn't know, he couldn't, and then we turned him into like a really good player. So he's still young. He's not old. He's not young. But obviously, I think if I'm right in so this was the one that was linked with us doing a swap deal. But it looks like we've not done it, which is pretty decent business from the club. So if Denzel does go, I don't want him to, obviously. At least we'll probably get that money back, if you get what I mean. Depends how much we spent on him, and depends how much if we do sell Denzel. I don't think we will, but just see what he does. It's a position that we needed badly. Like, we lost a lot of our midfield. I think half of midfield that we had last season is gone. Well, I'm glad it's gone because it was shit. But no. Like, coming on to the part of Powell, I'll wait and see what he does. If he can cross the ball, then he's better than Powell. 100%. If he can cross the ball, he's better than Powell. Well, no. Powell can cross the ball, but not all the time. If he can do it consistently, then he's better than Powell, in my opinion. Just see what he does.
Does he get into the team on Saturday at starting 11 then?
I think he starts just because with Jamie being obviously he's obviously been I don't know if you lads have watched Bruce's interview today. He says that Jealous is touch and go. So that's why I think Jealous will be on bench, I think, and I think he'll come straight in, depending on how he's trained.
For who? Who's going to get dropped?
Who gets dropped? Cover. For me.
Right, okay.
I don't think Cover were really good.
Yeah, I spoke to Jamie Jones, and he just told me on Saturday that it was just a knock and that he'd be fit for Saturday. So I actually think this will be fit just based on what he said. And if he is fit, then I don't think this lad will. I don't think this lad will come in. I actually think that even though I'm not a big fan of cover either, and I don't rate cover at all, I think that at the minute Jellis will be obviously the number one. Cover will be number two, and this side will be number three. So I think that if Jellis is fit, he'll play. If he's not fit, then it'll be cover. I just don't think they'll throw him in. Ben, what's your thoughts? So, obviously, new signing from Salford. Do you rate him? Do you know much about him? Do you think he'll start on Saturday?
Yeah. We needed a midfielder. We needed one badly, and I do. It'll be him and Powell, obviously, for the season. There was some competition there, and I think he will start on Saturday. I think he'll come on as a second half substitute, but I think
you don't
he'll
think he'll
do
start?
well. I don't think he'll start. I think Powell will start first half, and then about 60-65
Powell.
minutes.
Who's Powell?
You mean
Do you mean
Jealous?
do you mean Jealous? Yeah. Like you keep saying Powell. Who's Powell? Yeah. Do you mean Jealous or do you mean cover?
Jealous. Yeah, jealous. No, cover.
Do you mean cover? Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, fair enough then. I've obviously already given my thoughts. So just quickly, Jake. So obviously you've heard Nelson and Ben speak about him trying to put especially Nelson trying to put a positive spin on the signing because I'm a bit like yourself. It don't seem like obviously I don't know him that well, but it doesn't seem like on paper like a very good signing for the reasons that I've given. And you're kind of in agreement with myself. So from what Nelson was saying, does that change your mind at all, or are you still concerned about the signing?
I'm still concerned. I'm sorry, Nelson, but
Yeah.
like I say, it's a promotion rival, and they're dumping him out. And if Powell starts in front of him, and you know how poor Powell was last season, so it just shows all the danger signs are there, mate. I'll take him as a bench player, but I want a starting midfielder. If he's bench, that's fine, but we definitely need a better midfielder in my opinion.
What I don't understand though is, again, no one really knows what the fee is. I get that, but I mean, the fact that the Rotherham chairman, Rotherham as a whole, are so tight with money to spend, even if it's 150 grand, to spend that on a backup midfielder. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me either. I mean, we'll come on to this later on if we get a chance, but I still can't get over like the Danny Ormerod situation because apparently we offered 500 grand, which is fine. When he went to Peterborough, I expected him to say, right, he signed for Peterborough for 1.2 million. And then then you think, well, Rotherham were never going to pay that, so that's fine. The fact they bought it for 600 grand, which is literally 100 grand more than what we're supposed to offer, is ridiculous, really. I'm changing topic here, but go on, Nelson.
It was us. I think us and York both offered him 500k. Like who and I suppose maybe it's the fact if he wants to play League One football, but is he ready for League One football? I don't think he is, and I've got Peterborough to struggle, so I don't think it's a good move for him.
It's a difficult one for me, and I said this on a couple of podcasts ago. Like I really were desperate to sign this player just because it's very rare that Rotherham get a player who is wanted by like 10, 15 clubs. We never seem to get them, and that's one of the reasons I wanted this player in. And League Two is not that much different from the conference, so I actually think he would have scored goals in League Two. But I think you're right, Nelson. League One's another step above. So whether he does score goals, it was funny because when they signed him, he's only 20. I had this vision that we're going to end up signing him on loan. And if we did that, I'd honestly have blown my mind because if we're going to sign him on loan, why don't we just buy him in the first place? Which would be what I'd ask. Sorry, going back to the new signing. So obviously, no one here thinks that he's going to be a first teamer. So Nelson, do you think that he can become a first teamer, or is he just being signed as a backup? In your opinion?
I think he could because you can't spend money on a midfielder if he's not going to play.
But does
And
it not worry you? So what me and Jake have said about a rival of letting go, if we've got, let's say, who have we got who's not very good, who no one likes? Like, who's a Coyote, right? Let's say if we sold Coyote to
he's
Walsall,
gone, hasn't he?
I know, but I'm using an
Yeah.
example. If we had Coyote and we sold into Walsall with your like sniggering and like laughing, how do we not know Salford fans are laughing at us now?
Yeah.
Mm. Well, I read a comment earlier, and they were saying you've got a good player in your hands. I'm like,
Okay.
well, it's like mixed emotions. It's like mixed feelings on what it's going to be like. I back everyone who comes through the door. I back everyone who comes through the door, even Cameron Dawson, who until I found out what he were
Okay.
like, obviously. But yeah, I back everyone who comes through the door. Back every manager that comes through the door. I like Bruce. I really like Bruce. The thing that's giving me hopes for him is the fact Bruce will know what he's like.
Yeah,
'Cause obviously
I
he's
was
worked
going
with
to
him
say
at
that. So,
Salford.
yeah,
We seem to be pulling a lot of
yeah.
Salford players, and Salford have had a pretty bad start. I think have they even picked up a point yet?
And then they've lost both games. I think 1-0, haven't they?
Yeah, and obviously
Yeah.
we obviously lost narrowly to Cheltenham and drew to York, which will really lucky. I've looked back at Bradshaw's chance though, and Gaffer's looked back at it as well, and he said he should be chipping it. My only problem is if he chips it, does the two defenders who are running back get to the ball?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
who knows?
Well,
Who
that's
knows?
gone now, I'm afraid. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
a
that was
point's a
a
point.
Cheltenham
I'm
game,
happy.
wasn't it? Yeah.
It's all right, but yeah, on to the next game.
Right, let's go through some comments before we move on. So, John Sullivan, evening lads, evening John, hope you're well, mate. Millers and Moore, the Vots are out tonight, okay. John Sullivan, he's got a good history of no injuries until now. Yeah, that's true, John.
There's only
I think he's
one.
about the new signing. Well, he's not on about. He's not on about. Is he not on about the new signing? I don't think he's on about Lenny Agar, is it? Because Lenny Agbar's been injured constantly.
New
Signs for
signing.
us.
I think it's a new signing, yeah. I think the team will be unchanged from York. So, Jake, do you
Well,
agree with that? Do you think
it can't be
why?
because Lenny
Oh.
started.
Because who started?
Lenny.
Yeah. Yeah, so there will be one change at least, John. Lenny Agbar, you might not be aware, it's been confirmed that he's out injured until November. So, yeah, he won't be playing. So
Yeah,
it will be a case of bringing in either Adebayo or the new lad. And when
New Wenger.
Wenger, and he was mint Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start with Ben on that
Yeah.
then. So, Ben,
Yeah.
who would you bring in then for Agbar?
Is it with the current squad now or like signings?
No, as in, yeah. So, who will start on Saturday instead of Agbar? Because Agbar's
We've got
injured.
currently.
Yeah.
Just remind me who we got again.
So the only options really are
Wenger.
Wenger, yeah, as Jake pronounced it there, or Adebayo. They're the only two choices.
I think I'll start with Adebayo.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Really?
Jake, what do you disagree with that?
I'll have to disagree, Ben. Wenger any day. I thought he did a really good impact when he come off bench. Solid, confident.
Whatever you had.
Defo start. It has to.
Well, to be
mistake
fair,
when he came on.
I'll go back to my previous comment. I think I'll start him now. As the thought just come back to me now.
Yeah.
Change your mind.
Yeah, changed my mind.
Okay. Nelson, I assume you're in agreement with Jake then.
Well, I was. I've looked over this. What were our backline Saturday? You can't drop a Joffrey. Otto scored and had really good impact on the game. So I think he'll start.
Otto's good.
So for me, I think it's either going to be Enweary or Kieran is his first name. Just call him Kieran, it's easier. I think it'll be him, or he'll put a Joffrey in centre. He'll put Otto at the left-hand side, he's left-footed, and he could put Raffs at the other side. But my only problem with that is Otto's really attacking up, and Rafferty's more attacking up as well. So could we get caught on the count when it comes down to a Joffrey? So I'd probably, in my opinion, I'd put that Kieran in, because I think he's one of your traditional defenders. He'll let it out. He'll probably hit it into stands if we need to. And I really like him.
One of these no-nonsense defenders.
No-nonsense defenders, yeah.
Okay, fair enough then. Right, I'll carry on with the comments. Kaylee, what play will come for the league? I'm not really sure what's asking there. Who will be in net? So I imagine it'll still be Ted Khan. I don't see the manager randomly changing the goalkeeper when he didn't really make a mistake in the last game. And I think as Lee kind of put on Twitter, if anyone's blaming Khan for the goal on Saturday, then they've just got an agenda against him. Because obviously it was a great ball across and the lad couldn't really miss. It was almost like an open net. So it will be Ted Khan, I imagine, who's in goal on Saturday, which is worrying, to be fair. Nelson looks like Reece James, ex-Rotherham player, apparently.
Don't talk to me about Reece James. It's just gone to Wednesday.
To be fair, you do actually. With that hat on, you actually do look like Reece James. We need to get a picture of Reece James up next year. Done that. Yeah, I might do that next time. Yeah.
I've met him.
Yeah, Nicola, where's King Rush? Yeah, so he's just on this one, Nicola. He'll be on. I think he'll be on the podcast at 8 p.m. Okay, so if you wait around till 8 p.m., he'll be on the podcast at 8 p.m. where they discuss the Premier League. So yeah, obviously Nicola wants King Bush. He's not there, unfortunately. Right then, let's move on. So we've already briefly talked about this, but I want to just talk about Lenny Agar and his injury. So I actually like Lenny Agar. I said it all pre-season. When we were like kind of predicting our starting 11s, I wanted Lenny Agar in the starting 11, and he was, and I think he's done okay. But obviously, yet again, he's injured, and he's injured for a big period of the season. And I have to say, it's very, very frustrating, and it makes me. I'm really angry, to be honest with you. Is it Lenny Agar's the issue? He breaks down easily. Is it Rotherham United that are the issue? Obviously, a lot of people don't like the fitness coach or whatever his name is, Ross Burberry. Don't like him.
Yeah,
don't
I'm not
like
a big
the
fan of him.
setup at Rotherham. So I'll start with you, Jake, then. So, because as I said, as I was driving home and I heard that he were injured. Well, I got a message saying he were injured. Just like I said, I was really angry because I thought he did okay. Nothing special, but he just looked okay. And he's never going to improve unless he plays a number of games in a row. You can't just play 3 games here, 3 games there, 3 games here. You need to play consistently, and he's never going to do that. So what's your thoughts on the situation? Does it affect you? Does it Kieran come in and just replace him? Like, what are your thoughts?
I'll look at the bigger picture. I think it's something to do with training ground and Ross Burberry, because the injury record for the last 3 years, I can't think of a club what's been that bad with injuries. Maybe Tottenham a couple of years back, but I'm starting to think it's not luck. I think it's starting to do with how the fitness coaches, Ross Burberry, or the training ground, because the amount of injuries we're getting. And it's a common theme. It looks like it's going to happen this season as well. So
yeah, and the frustration is obviously another muscle injury, which is usually something to do with like, it's not an impact injury. It's a muscle that's been pulled, and it's just I kind of get sick and tired of talking about it. And I think what is frustrating as well is that what is frustrating for me is that we just seem to be copying the same things from year after year. And I know Bushy came on last week, or was it Monday? I can't remember which one it were. And he was obviously giving massive rants. And to be honest with you, I kind of understand where he's coming from in a way, because at the minute we look like we've almost copied what we did last year, and we're trying to implement it in League Two. We've signed players late. We've signed players who we don't really know much about them. Straight away, a player who were injured all last season's injured, and the life just seems to be sucked out of me. And the more every single day we get throughout August, every day I kind of see Rotherham going down the table for my prediction, which is worrying. Nelson, then. So, Nelson, what's your thoughts on Lenny Agar and the injury? Have you got anything to add?
I'm devastated. I really like Lenny, and Lenny's the one who's basically saved us from dropping points. If you remember that when their lad had a
Goal
literally
blocking save.
an open net and he literally put his leg out on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got it. The thing that worries me about him is his injury record. I don't know how many times he got injured last season. I suppose we had a bad season last season, and you can't, like Jake said, you can blame Trading Ground, or you can blame Rosberg. I think Rosberg is doing us either too hard, or he's just. But yeah, I think it's either when he comes back from his injury, he either tries to keep himself fit and like gets a run of games. Otherwise, I can see him going out on loan somewhere, like we did with Ekwe when we sent him out on loan. And he came back as a solid defender, and then left on a free, which is normal Rotherham trait, isn't it? But no, I really like him. Like Jake said in previous episodes, he's only young. He's only young. He's got chance to grow. So yeah, just see.
I think, to be fair, I think the loan thing might be a good idea, actually. Obviously, it does depend on what league Rotherham are in, because at the minute, if we're going to stay in League Two, then he's probably good enough to play in League Two, to be fair. But if we were to somehow get promoted into League One, and then he's had another on and off year of injuries, then yeah, I probably agree with you. I would send him out on loan to maybe a League Two club. I think that's fair enough. Last, Ben, have you got any thoughts on Agber? Anything to add?
Yeah. Yeah, like what people said, devastated. I really like him, and hope he comes back soon. And yeah, just one word, devastated.
Okay. Right, back to the comments. Dusty Miller injuries, a bad one. Yeah, it is. What is it? September, October, November, December, like 3 to 4 months. That is a bad one, to be fair. And another injury which will be difficult to recover from, unfortunately. Kay Wilson, will we get a striker? I hope so. We've only got two, potentially 3 if you call Tavares a striker. So we definitely need one, because you need 4, really. So yeah, we should get a 4th striker. Nelson is James' twin brother, which I've already said that. Yeah. Arthur, you get 670 on here, more than you get a football ground. And then he goes on to Leeds United, the best team in Yorkshire. You know this. Jamie, he was a good young player at Town, boys. I'm not sure who he's referring to there.
Harrogate. It might be about Harrogate.
Oh, Harrogate Town. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so this is I assume it's a Harrogate Town fan.
Yeah, he's got HTFC in his name.
Yeah. So actually, welcome, Jamie, to the stream. And yeah, so the new signing, the midfielder, has been at Harrogate, like you suggest. So is he someone you like? Is he someone you like, Jamie? Then obviously he's gone to Salford. To be fair, he has actually played a lot of games at Salford, so he can't be that bad, I guess. Because if you look at his playing record, I'm sure he played like 27 games last season, which is quite a big chunk of games. So yeah, just wondering what your thoughts are, Jamie, on the lad we signed from Salford. Yeah, he's saying there, came from our academy. He's a calm on the ball, good passer. Interesting.
Oh, it's a Huddersfield fan. It's a Huddersfield fan.
Well, yeah, it's Harrogate Town, isn't it? It could be Huddersfield then. It's Huddersfield or Harrogate Town.
They come from Huddersfield Academy, that's all.
I think it could be Huddersfield. That makes more sense.
My apologies then, Huddersfield, yeah. I'm blaming Nelson, because Nelson said Harrogate. I said Huddersfield first. So, sorry, Jamie, Huddersfield fan. Yeah, Huddersfield fan. So, so again, same question. I know you've kind of answered the question here, Jamie, but any information you've got on him would be great, because the worry is, if he's gone from Huddersfield down to Salford and down to Rotherham, that's not a great. Obviously, he's going backwards rather than going forwards, so that's not great. Kaylee, hi Nelson, how are you today?
I'm good.
Good, there we go. KV, which is Lee. No, he's not a young player we signed from Salford. Yeah, we got that. We just thought you were Harrogate Town, not Huddersfield Town. Bez, we need the likes up there. 616 watching. There are a lot watching, Kayla. We do need more likes. You are right. We've only got maybe 6 or 7 likes. So we need everyone in here to go and like the video, because that means it gets shared more often across the YouTube and the internet. Come on, lads, ball knowledge. Looks like that lad from Blackpool is a done deal. That's the striker that they were on about, isn't it? I assume that's the signing that we could get tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. KUT talking for Huddersfield, yeah, we've already said that. The lad from Blackpool will be signing time for Chesterfield. So, again, that's Lee confirming that that is the signing we'll bring in tomorrow. We can quickly discuss him then. I mean, again, I don't know too much about him. Jake, I'll come to you. You tend to be in the knowledge more than anyone. So, do you know much about this player that we're supposed to be signing tomorrow?
Yeah, it's not looking good, mate. Played a lot of time in League Two, and I tell you, the most goals he's got were 5 goals at Cambridge last season, and he scored like a striker. Yeah, he played for Sutton as well. He only scored 2 goals in about 25 games. So God forbid we sign him. So he's not even a target man as well. He's quite small, to be honest. I know 5'11" is not the smallest, but it's still quite small for a striker. I'm not a fan of him. I think he's just, well, Blackpool fans want him gone. I don't want him.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I mean,
I'm just looking. Yeah, they have. Yeah, I'm just looking at his stats actually.
Horrible,
he's only 23. To be fair, Kylian Kouassi. But you're right. He scored 15 goals in 108 games, and 7 of those goals in 6 games were for Cheshire in the Southern League South division. So take them away, and it doesn't look great. Yeah, I mean, again, it's almost like another signing where Rotherham panicked to bring him in, and this was the concern when we got to this stage, weren't it? That we'd not brought our players in, we'd not got our targets, and now we're panicking and bringing in players who not the teams don't want. So yeah, I have to say, if this lad comes in tomorrow, that is a concern. I'm not going to lie. Kaylee says, "How is that Blackpool strike?" That's who we're talking about. Kaylee.
On paper,
he's called. Yeah. I mean, what I would say is, and I think Nelson made the point earlier. We did sign Michael Smith from Bury Reserves, and he turned out to be a great signing for Rotherham. So it could be something like that. I highly doubt it, but it could be something like that. So yeah, it doesn't look good, but yeah. Shocking goal scorer record. Yeah, by the way, we've just talked about that. 2 in 40 games at Sutton. You never know. Lads might strive a few on the score. A couple. Yeah, again, you might do, but you can say that about anyone, Pete. Really. You've got to go on what you can see and what the stats are, and the stats aren't good. So to me, I'm gonna have to take this signing as a negative. Well, if we sign it, we're not signing him yet. I'm gonna have to take it as a negative sign, unfortunately. Lee says 5th record at Bury was bad though. Yeah, it was bad. That's why he was in reserves at Bury. And Alan Lee was the same at Burnley. Yeah, again, a player obviously turned out really well. So there are also examples there of where we signed players who aren't getting in their first team. The thing with Alan Lee is I think he was only like 19 or 20 or 21 when we signed him. So he just weren't given a chance at Burnley, where this lad is 23. He's had 3-4 years of professional football. So, yeah. Right, let's move on. We have got, as I said, 600 people. And one thing I did forget to mention, I should mention it now. If you are watching on X or Twitter and you're trying to comment, I do apologise, it's not coming through. So in order for you to comment successfully, you'll have to go to YouTube and go on the YouTube comments. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share the link now in the chat for you, so you have got that. We don't know why it's not working. It's not been working for a couple of weeks now. It's just not working, unfortunately. We are trying to resolve it, but yeah, we're not getting anywhere. And also, we're not live on Facebook currently. We will be eventually. We're just waiting for them to kind of reactivate our account. Okay. Nelson, Bez, what you're in for tea? So Nelson, what you're in for tea? She's asking now, Kayla.
I've no idea. I'm going to find something.
Okay, he's going to buy something in, he says, Kaylee. He had a chance, although didn't score, but we signed him. I think that's Alan Lee's talking about. When's Morton Fitzgerald on next? I'm a Wednesday fan. So, Glenn, he will be on the channel on a Sunday, like the rival show. So he's on every single Sunday. So make sure you tune into that. KVX, obviously, X comments not working. I've already mentioned that. He's on Sunday. Rushy just replying to Glenn's email, and Jamie's replying to what we asked earlier about being a Huddersfield fan. So, do apologise for Harrogate Town. You are obviously a Huddersfield fan. Good luck for the season, Huddersfield Town. Right, let's move on to Chesterfield. So, some would say a big game. If you leave Rush, you don't face a big game. It's a small game, in his opinion. But we have got a local rival in Chesterfield who would play on Saturday or 1 o'clock kickoff. So obviously it's been moved for police reasons. Chesterfield have had an average start. They've won 1-0 and lost 1-0. So not a lot of goals in their games. They lost at home to Fleetwood, which was a terrible result. Then they did beat Salford away, which was a great result. So very mixed, Chesterfield. They have signed a lot of players. I think it's more than 10 now. So we've not got that excuse of we've signed loads of players that need to gel, because they're in the same boat. So you can't use that. They are just one place above Rotherham at the minute. They're on 16th. We're in 17th. So let's start with Jake. So Jake, Chesterfield on Saturday. How do you see it going? What would your team be? I know you've already told me who you'd change for the injured Lenny Agar. Is there any other changes you'd make?
Well, I'll start off with Chesterfield. They're in the same boat as us, really. Whole new team. Of course, they've actually got Josh Koroma on loan, if you didn't know. Of course, ex-Rotherham player. Yeah, didn't really do much. I think they've bring in some good additions, very proven League Two players. And their striker is the danger man, Lee Bonus. Scored about 17 goals for him last season. Of course, scored against Salford as well. But I know it's Chesterfield, but I think we'll struggle again, to be honest. I really think we'll struggle. I can see it being a draw again. I really do. And towards the lineup-wise, I'd only put Niwenga, hopefully Jealous, over Kova. And I want Bradshaw to start because, of course, I'm guessing Mullin's injured. And I thought Bradshaw was way better than Mullin.
Mullin's not injured.
Is he not injured?
He's trained.
Well, he's trained. I'll start Bradshaw, though. I'll start Bradshaw, though, over Mullin. I think Bradshaw's proved that he actually put in some pressing, and I thought his hold-up play were unbelievable. So I'd start Bradshaw, Niwenga, and Jealous if they're all fit.
Well, so you'd drop Mullin, would you?
Yeah, I thought he was honking against York, to be honest. Kept flopping a bit like Hugo. I thought he just flopped up.
I think, I don't think he played well. I think he just needs some games to get his fitness back, personally. I think if he's got 4 or 5 games in him, which would mean he'd have to play against Chesterfield, I think you might start to see a different player. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm going to come on to you in a minute, Nelson, but I have just actually seen a tweet from that Pete O'Rourke, who, when he kind of tweets about transfer rumours and only right, and he says that Peterborough, Barnsley, Rotherham, Gillingham and St Mirren have all made offers for Wrexham midfielder Harry Ashfield, who is a Welsh under-21 international, and he's keen to leave Wrexham as he feels his pathway is blocked, it says. So, again, I don't know much about him, but, again, that seems like a potential signing. And do you recognise him, Jake?
Yeah, he was out on loan at Cheltenham last year, mate. So,
any good?
Is that all you don't know, Jake?
Hey?
Is that what you don't know?
I've got the knowledge, bro. I've got the knowledge. No, he was just average at Cheltenham. I think he's a young lad. I'd literally give anyone a chance at this point. So,
okay, fair enough.
Average League Two youngster. Get him on loan.
Okay.
Can't really complain.
Well, they make it look as though it's actually a permanent offer that's been made for him. Yeah. So, okay. Right, Nelson, he's still there. Nelson, yeah.
Yep.
What's your Chesterfield preview then? What's your thoughts on Chesterfield? what would be your team lineup for Rotherham?
Well,
and what have you?
funny story. I've just made my lineup on my laptop currently. My lineup is I've gone with stick with the 3-5-2, which is at the back. Obviously, Bez, you like it. And I think it'll be Bradshaw, Tavares up top. Tavares, if he's not so much Paul Greedy, he's a good player. I really like Tavares. And he's obviously been here since day one. Biabu, do we need to talk about that anymore? Hall, this is debatable. Austerfield, Ashley, Spence, Otto, Ojoffrey, Nguyen, and Can. That is my starting 11 for Saturday.
So no Jealous.
No, because I think he'll be on the bench. I don't think he's ready to start.
And
Yeah.
no Mullin, you said, didn't you, as well?
No, because I'm with Jake. Obviously, Bradshaw could have scored, obviously, when he got that chance through ball. Otto, brilliant ball into him. Should be scoring that probably, but yeah, but he's pressing, probably the only person pressing in that second half. But yeah, and it seems like, to say he's obviously got about 3 more years on Mullin. He runs a lot more. Mullin looks like a bit unfit at the minute. I'm with you though, Bez. I think once he gets more game time, he's obviously not had many game times in the last few years. But when he's fully up to scratch, I think he will be a good striker for us. So yeah.
Okay. And anything on Chesterfield? Before we move on, any thoughts on them? Do you know much about them? Any danger plays, anything like that?
Danger players. Their gaffer, I know their gaffer's is a mad head and he wants to win football matches.
Okay.
It's been all over a bit. They've got some good players. Not really know quite a lot. They had obviously that young lad last season, but I know he's not here no more. So I don't really know. I know they've got some good players. But I still think they'll be up there. Up there in top 6. I do, like Jake said, we'll draw. I think if we do press from minute 1 and keep pressing, I think we've got a chance of maybe nicking a 2-1 win.
Okay.
I just want to win. Don't care how we get it.
Okay. Ben, last but not least, so your thoughts on Chesterfield? Any danger men from them? How do you think they'll set up? And then obviously from Rotherham's point of view as well, what would be your team? And how do you think the game will go?
Chesterfield, like what Nelson says, or Jake said, that they're a new team, a new-ish team. So let's see how they get on Saturday. For my team, I would put the new signing in instead of Cover and put the person that scored on Saturday,
Otto,
and then put Bradshaw on for Mullin.
That makes a lot of sense. So your team
Right,
would
Bez,
be...
right.
Yeah,
I've got a
go on,
question.
Jake.
You know what? I'm going to change my lineup. I'm going to put Collator in instead of Hall.
Oh, I like that one.
it's-
I like that one. I really do like that
I can't
one.
believe you didn't bring him off the bench. I generally would start Collator over Hall. Let Hall on the bench, yeah, get the pressure off him. Bring him on 60th minute, depending on how the results going. So yeah, that's, you could say, controversial, Bez. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think the only issue for me is I actually like Clayton as well. I'm with you on that, but I just think he's the player I see him as is like a winger who can actually get past his man and get a cross in. So if we were like playing with wingers, then I would play him. But I just think he's not the best defensively to play as a wing back. That would be my only concern. And Denzel Hall, I think, although he's not playing well at the minute, he's obviously better defensively. But I kind of agree with you. Like, I actually think Denzel Hall, I think, again, I mentioned this on one of the podcasts earlier, that I think he's not playing well because of the pressure of potential move. And I think you're right. Maybe you take you out of the team just until you take just one game, in fact, isn't it? Because the next game is on the transfer deadline day. So you take him out of the starting 11, just so, like you said, to kind of cool his head. There's no pressure on him then. And then bring him back for the game on Saturday rather than the game on Tuesday. He can't then move because the transfer windows are open, and he might relax more. And I think when he relaxes more, he'll play better. So I do kind of agree with you on that. But as I said, I don't know if Collette has got the discipline to play defensively, and that'd be my only concern.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that, Jake?
Collette, what I like about Collette though is he can play both sides as well. And
I can't really disagree with Bez.
Only as a winger he can. He can't play left wing back, I don't think.
Also, what's happening with this Ninam or Nimain?
Again, you know what? I don't know. I honestly, no, he's not even given a chance there. What I don't understand. I mean, I said when we signed him that when I've seen him play, he's looked okay.
Yeah.
And he's just not been given a chance. I have no idea why. But he hasn't been given a chance.
It could
it
could be his fitness. To be fair,
we're not playing a formation that suits him though. And again, I still can't understand why in pre-season we played 4-3-3 or 4-5-1 or 4-2-3-1, whatever the formation were, and we've all of a sudden gone to 3 at back. Like, I couldn't see that coming at all, and I don't think anyone could, to be honest with you. So the fact that we've gone to 3-5-2, he can't get in the side because he's a right winger, and he's definitely not defensively enough to play right wing back. So I think that's the reason why he's not been playing, personally. So quickly then... go on, sorry. He's too lightweight. You can't be a centre midfielder.
Too small.
Too lightweight.
Yeah, he's too small.
Right then, so let's just go through the score predictions. I'll start with you, Ben. Score predictions on Saturday.
2-0 to Rotherham.
Okay.
A clean
Nelson.
sheet.
Yeah, clean sheet.
I've gone 2-1 Millers. And I'll take my goal scorers as well. I'm going to go
0-0. Sorry, Nelson. You scorers. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bradshaw, and I'm going to go Spence to kill one from outside box.
And your goal scorers, Ben?
Bradshaw and O2, or the person that scored on Saturday.
Or2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, Austerfield. Okay.
2-2.
Yeah. Jake, you said 0-0, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, stinky 0-0. Both teams.
You stole that off of me, really. I think it could be 0-0 as well. I think on the predictions I've got 1-1, but I think it could be 0-0. Looking at the fact that Chesterfield don't score one goal and don't score, and Rotherham they've been creating chances but not really scoring. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was 0-0. To be fair. Right, let's get through these comments. So, Glenn Peacock, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Good luck for the season. Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Appreciate you tuning in for a little bit. And yeah, look forward to you watching on Sunday. Bez, what are you having for tea? I've had my tea. I had chicken and white sauce, which were nice. Jake, what are you having for tea? And Ben, what are you having? You got to say what you're for tea, lads.
Bloody hell, fresh. Probably pancakes,
Pancakes?
Pancakes, I'm fancying it.
I've had a Wendy's. So
a Wendy's.
Bad boy.
Okay. Jamie says, good ball player. Tall bit, a little lightweight there. So that's obviously about the new signing. Sean said, what Bush had for tea? So I don't know if Bush is still here.
All right,
I'm sure that he'll tell her. John Stone, who's it who films through the game? He's not actually part of our team, John. He's from another channel now. The person who got in trouble for recording. Yes, it's nothing to do with us. It's someone else. Okay. Well, it's obviously what's his name's friend, isn't it?
Ray Chuffed.
Ray Chuffed. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Where is this visit? The millionaire playboy. I don't know what you mean. Best attribute is he very, very calm. Oh, that's good. So very composed then. What Jamie's saying. So that's fair enough then. Johnny Torts, where is Bush's contract Forest? We're out of order, LOL. Well, he's, as far as I'm aware, Johnny, he's going to join the Premier League podcast, so he might actually discuss the Forest comments on there, so make sure you tune in. I actually don't know what he said about Forest, to be honest with you. Johnny Torts, you should their Chesterfield or beat Chesterfield, I think he says. I hope we do, Johnny. I really hope we do.
I really hope we do.
Jake is the young King Bush there.
Come on,
I don't know
bro.
if that's a compliment or not. So there you go.
I'll take it, mate.
Yeah. Jamie, when you're trying to break a team down, it'd be good. Okay. Again, it's actually some positive comments from Jamie in the end. So maybe he's not as bad as we all think he is. So thanks for those comments, Jamie. Really appreciate it. Peter's got Harry Ashfield be linked to us from Wrexham, 5 feet of Rotherham. Yeah, we've mentioned that earlier, Pete. So again, I actually won't mind that signing. Obviously, he's at a side who's won promotion for the last 5 years, so it can only be a good thing, surely. Steve Cherry, where is Tiny? Not seen him in a while. Bush not here, winding the chairman's up tonight. York was funny. Yeah, so again, I actually don't know where Tiny is. He's still part of the group. He's just not being on. I don't know why, Steve, to be honest with you. He's just not being on. And yeah, I think obviously Bush winding the York fans up were quite funny, but obviously we've moved on from then. So no doubt he'll be winding the Chesterfield fans up at the weekend. Rotherham Gaming says scabs. Steve Shea don't like to hear the word scabs. I'm from Mansfield. J2W, I'm a spy, right? Well, welcome in, J2W. Hope you're well. Steve the Scab. Okay, this is 2-1 RFC. Rotherham Gaming's gone 10-0. Hi, lads. Sounds like Dan Gord's Luton is doing OPS game time. Yeah, I saw that as I came on stream, Danny. That Dan Gord looks like he's going to Luton. It's a good move for him, really. I mean, I'm just watching Luton now, actually, and the way they're playing football against the Chelsea side would suit Dan Gord down to the ground because they're trying to play football out from the goalkeeper from the back. Now, it's not working very well against the Chelsea side because they're getting the ball nicked off them every 2 minutes, and Chelsea could have had 5 goals by now. But in League One, with Dan Gord, it will suit him. So I think that's a good move for him, to be honest with you. Nelson, what have you had for tea? I don't know if you mentioned what you had for tea. Did you mention, Nelson, what you had?
I've not had out yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to plan of... I might have some pasta, to be fair, boys.
There you go. Nelson is the best, my favourite with Bez and Bushy. So you've got a favourite there, Nelson. 1-1. Then we get first win at Tranmere, is what Pete says. And we will discuss the Tranmere game on Monday. Obviously, we've got Millers Monday before the Tranmere game, which is on Tuesday. Right, we've only got about 5 minutes left. I want to try and keep it to time. So what do you want to discuss for 5 minutes? Jake, is there any topic you'd like to discuss for 5 minutes?
Oh,
anything in particular? Put the pressure on you.
God, if you have put the pressure on me, mate. The only thing I'm saying, probably something to do with transfer window, mate. And who
Let's do that then, because I was going to do that anyway. So, look, we've spoken about this on a number of podcasts recently, but we are now one further player in. Let's assume we're going to get the striker in tomorrow who no one really wants. After those 2 signings, how many more signings do you think we need, Jake? So that's 2 in. How many more do you think we need between now and the transfer window?
Oh, a left back. Because Otto's not really a left back, really. He played at centre back in Scotland. Definitely left back. I'm going to say another midfielder. Because if we're going 3 midfielders, then we at least need 6.
Okay.
So probably 2. Only 2 now.
Well, no striker.
Well, if we get that Kiyasi in.
Yeah, I suppose if we get that kid, we've got 4.
If we don't,
yeah, we've got 4. We've got 2 on, 2 off. We should be all right, I reckon.
Yeah. So you're only wanting like 2 players now, then, Jake? Is that right?
Yeah, but that's like we need like
right. So that's minimum. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nelson, do you agree with Jake?
Yeah, I agree with that. A left back and another midfielder. I don't think we need wingers. We're fine for wingers. We're fine for centre halves. We've got too many. And apparently Amish is. I watched the. I don't know if you lads have watched the training session thing. There's a video on YouTube and it looks like Amish is trained, so he's back training. So that's another defender back. So I don't think we need any more centre halves. I think we just need midfielders. The other thing you could argue, we need an experienced defender, but Bruce said he don't want one, so there's no point going for any more other defenders when we don't need to. But no, I think the other defender we need is a left back, and then another midfielder. Hopefully that Wrexham guy, because then he can help Mullin, can't he?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, okay. And then Ben, last but not least, what do you think in regards to the two we need signings wise?
I think I can agree with Jake and Nelson. I think, but I think we need a centre forward still, and
well, we're rumoured to get one tomorrow, so we might be all right.
Yeah, that really. then the squad's sorted for me.
Okay. Nice and short there. Okay, fair enough there. I'll just read these last few comments and then we'll wrap it up there a little bit earlier than we normally do. I mean, it does give the Premier League time to get on then as well. Kaylee is saying, best future time for else for League 2 Richard podcast. Maybe, but me and Lee have got kind of a finger on there, so I don't know, we'll have to see. And then Kelly Ford was, Hamish was fit, chaps. He was fit last Saturday, apparently. Did you know that, Nelson?
I did not know that. Thanks for that. So why wasn't he on the bench?
I think he's going to go out on loan. I still think he's going to go out on loan. Firstly, with Hamish Dullerton, we've still got like 7 subs, 7 defenders. Sorry, so we need to get 1 or 2 out on loan, surely.
Agreed.
Okay.
And Duncan. I saw Duncan as well. Apparently, we were injured.
And I Duncan might be too young. He's only like 17, 18. He's probably a bit too young, to be honest. I'd say. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah. Right then, I think we'll leave it there. As I said, if you've been chatting or trying to speak on X, it's not working. I'm sorry about that. We are trying to resolve it. I don't know when it'll be resolved, but we are trying to get it resolved. Also, the Facebook group has gone down for the time being. Again, we are going to get that resolved. We've been told that it will be up soon. And obviously, we do know that there's someone out there who is kind of informing Facebook that we're copying some or copyright of someone else. And that's why it keeps getting shut down. And we are going to know who the perpetrator is soon, because we've appealed the kind of decision, and that means you get to know who the perpetrator is. So that's going to come soon, and that means that Facebook will be back up and running as well. Thanks everyone for commenting. The views at one point were at like 700, 750, but they have now dropped, which they always tend to do at this time of the video. Don't forget, straight after us, literally in 2 minutes' time, you've got the Premier League podcast with Phil, with Lee, with Luke. I don't know who else is on tonight, but make sure you tune in for that. We've also got, obviously, Chesterfield game on Saturday. There'll be a after-match reaction from Lee after the game around 3 o'clock on Saturday night. And then, obviously, on Monday, we'll have Millers Monday. And then Rotherham play Tranmere on Tuesday. And I believe I'm going to the game. I believe Lee and Pete are going to the game as well at Tranmere. Are all you lot going to the game on Saturday? Jake, Nelson, Ben.
Yeah, Jake.
Yep. So everyone's going. Yeah. So
we'll try and meet
podcast where everyone goes to the game. That's what you need, isn't it? Really. So yeah. Jake, Nelson, Ben, thank you once again for joining. Obviously, we'll see. Hopefully, I might see some of you at the game on Saturday. Hopefully, we get the 3 points. As I always say at the end of the video, up the Millers. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Take care, boys.